Urban Therapy with Sunsun 752, and this is your daily go getimism number 894. All right. For March 15, 2017. All right. Last night, I goofed up big time, and I don't know if a lot of y'all noticed it, but last night I recorded the same topic as the night before. Yeah, I messed up, like on some old crazy. I don't know what's going on. Like, what am I getting high or something? But I learned something from doing that. I learned that the second one was better than the first one, and I don't want to mess up like that again. So what I'm going to do tonight to compensate for that, then I'm going to have to put two topics instead of just one topic for the night, and I'm going to have to make sure that I move fast. And hopefully y'all get it. Now, last night what I was supposed to talk about was pettiness. How nowadays petty is a thing that people glorify. People glorify being petty. You know, when did that happen? When I was younger, you didn't glorify being petty. Petty was the worst thing that you could ever be. That was like the scum of the earth. Because what it really means is that you concentrate on small and insignificant things. You know, it means that you'll pick at people. It means that it doesn't mean that you will pay attention to every little detail of things. What it means is that you will try your best to irritate a person in the smallest way, just enough to get on their nerves, make them mad, and you want credit for it. So it's sort of like an attention-seeking type of behavior, but it's doing it in a way that affects another person, and it's supposed to be in retaliation to something that somebody has done to you, but it doesn't always work that way. See, the thing about being petty is that petty is as petty does. When you're a petty person, you're going to be petty in all things that you do. You don't take time out to be petty if you are a magnanimous. Sorry, y'all. I just learned the antonym the other day. Antonym means the opposite. Anyway, a magnanimous person. If you're a magnanimous person, you concentrate on the big picture all the time. You don't have time for little small games, little stuff that's going to get at people. Because when you are petty, that means that you have to be paying attention to what somebody else is doing, and that's going to take up a large portion of your day, and it's really a waste of time. But people do it; they make time for it, and people glorify people being petty. People glorify themselves being petty nowadays. You'll see it on social media all the time. Some of you watching this video right now may be the ones posting those videos. Oh, look, I'm Petty Murphy. You know, look, I'm Petty Wright. I'm Petty White. Yeah, whatever. You know, I get the fun aspect of it, but you have to also understand the deeper meaning of what you're talking about and what you're portraying to people when you say that you're petty. Because once you declare yourself a petty person, it's hard to come back from that. And it's hard to say that you wouldn't do anything that was petty or insignificant or small or something that's really worthless when you have built up a reputation for being the one who does things just like that. It ain't really cool. It ain't really cool. So the decision has to be made. Are you going to be petty, or are you going to be one of those magnanimous people? Are you going to be one of those people who concentrates on important things that are really, really of a greater significance in your life and in other people's lives? Are you going to be a helper, or are you going to be or are you going to be an antagonist? Are you going to be the type of person that's just jabbing, just like a paper cut? If you ever get a paper cut on any one of your fingers, whenever you pick up something, you can feel that paper cut. You won't bleed out, but it will hurt your fingers and just irritate the shit out of you every time you try to handle something. And that's what dealing with a petty person is just like. It ain't cool. It ain't cool, homie. The other topic of discussion that we were supposed to cover today was keeping it real with your loved ones. Do you have what it takes in order to keep it 100 with your loved ones? Now, when I say keep it 100 with your loved ones, I'm not talking about a boyfriend or girlfriend or a spouse that you're dealing with, and whether you are not playing head games with them. Playing games with their heart. I'm not talking about that. When I say keeping it 100 with your loved ones, are you giving them what they need in order to be able to be successful in the future? Are you being honest with them about the way you feel about the things that they're doing, the direction that they're going in, and what their ambitions may be if they involve you? Because sometimes I'm not going to say that we are afraid to hurt the feelings of our loved ones, but sometimes that's exactly the case. And sometimes we are just straight up afraid of our loved ones. Not saying that we're in an abusive relationship or anything like that, but sometimes it's just that all kinds of crazy stuff can happen. Let me give you a scenario. Let's say you're a single parent and you are harboring guilt about the non-involvement or lack of involvement of the other parent. Maybe you feel like you drove the other parent away in some kind of way. This is just an example. I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but the situation is the situation. Let's say that you are harboring some guilt, even if you don't feel like you're the one who drove the other parent away. You realize the pain that's going on with your own child because they're not here. The other parent is not here. They're not involved. They don't pay financial support. They're just not there for whatever reason. Now they could be a total slacker. They could just be a deadbeat or whatever the case may be. But nonetheless, you feel bad and guilty about your child being in the situation where they don't have the other parent there. That's whether it's the mom or the dad. So instead of doing the most effective job in parenting by making sure that you discipline your children, teach them whatever they need to know, and guide them in the direction that you know is the right way to guide a child for a parent, you just sort of let them do their own thing. Or you really, really spoil them. So you give them all the material things that they may ask for, even though they may not be deserving of it, or you know that that's going to spoil them rotten and make them into brats later on. That's not keeping it 100 with your kids. I'm sorry. I don't like the word kids anymore. That's not keeping it 100 with your children. And you may be pleasing them right now, but you're really just appeasing them right now, because later on that's going to cause them a whole lot of trouble, because they're not going to get the direction, the guidance, the discipline that they need. And that's not to say that having children is all about rough discipline or tough love. It's not always about that. But it is about making sure that they get the things that they need, that they learn the things that they learn, and that they're able to thrive in society and be well adjusted the way children deserve to be. So that's just an example. You know, it could be a friend of yours that you're not being totally 100% honest about something that they're doing. Like, let's say that they're in a toxic relationship, and you know that they're in a toxic relationship, but you know that they're deeply in love. Either that or they're just blinded by the light, whatever the case may be. Maybe they just whipped. Maybe they just straight whipped. And you just sit back and watch the whole parade. Even though you know that this friend may be headed towards trouble. Or they could be on drugs or something like that. The bottom line is, there's something that needs to be said to them, and nobody is saying it, and you're in the position to be able to say it, and you're not saying it for whatever reason. So you're not keeping it 100 with them. Why aren't we keeping it 100 with our loved ones? If that's the case, we need to keep it 100 with them. So why aren't we keeping it 100 with them? We got to do that. But it's hard. Sometimes it can be hard. For some people, I mean, a lot of people act like it ain't no thing. You know. Like, shit, if somebody needs to know something, I'm going to be the first one to tell them, because I'm that type of friend. I understand. So there are times when we have delusions of grandeur about our behavior. But nine times out of 10, the people who act like they always keep it 100 with other people fail to keep it 100 with their goddamn selves. With their goddamn selves. It's true. So sometimes we may be honest with other people, but we're not even honest with ourselves. So how honest can we be with other people if we aren't honest with ourselves? How honest you gonna be on some real shit? Not honest. You be lying. You lying. You never lying. Be lying, man. Don't be lying, son. Anyway, that's how it's going down, y'all. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, all that petty shit, it ain't cool. I understand it's funny on memes and all of that, but if that's really part of your personality, you know it ain't cool. You know it ain't cool. And if you were a teenager in any part of the 80s, you know that wasn't cool, and nobody wanted to be around you if you was petty. So, you know what I mean? Cut it. Just stop, man. And if you're not keeping it 100 with your loved ones, and you know you're supposed to be keeping it 100 with your loved ones, you know you supposed... Yo! Go ahead, man. Tell them the things that they need to be told. But don't be too hard. And don't be too soft. But do what you know you're supposed to do. And do what you know is needed to be done. And everything should turn out right from there, right? Alright, the Daily Go Getimism show is every single day, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Call in number 319-527-6199. As a matter of fact, look, here it is, the 15th of March, and tonight is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Born with a tarnished silver spoon in your mouth. We're talking about how people have all this money in the family, but the family is still dysfunctional some kind of way. So does it matter if the family is dysfunctional if there's enough money to run it? Some people say that there is. Some people say that there isn't. Some people say that some people say that it is. Look. Tune into the Urban Therapy with Sun show tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. blogtalkradio.com/Sun752. 752. Same number, 319-527-6199. Peace. Right. Hope I ain't rushing too much, man. Yeah.